Hello guys, welcome back in Goku Manhwa. Let's continue.
As Bei and Taeha leaned in closer, his lips pressing firmly against Nahisu's, he let his hands travel slowly yet deliberately over her back, tracing the outline of her form as though memorizing it. Nahu noticed the deliberate care in his movements, a touch that once carried the same steadiness as when he had guided her through countless moments before. Yet tonight, there was a softer edge, almost tender, and she could not ignore the unfamiliar warmth in it. As his fingertips moved toward her face, she felt her pulse quicken at the unexpected gentleness. She spoke to him softly, mentioning the slight chill in the air and suggesting they shift closer to the fire, hinting that it might make things feel more right. Nahu remembered that only moments ago, she had been sitting in quiet thought, weaving a small daydream she had built in her own mind, picturing Bayan standing beside her. She had been so absorbed in it alone that his sudden presence might have startled her if he had arrived sooner. But as Bayan's hand cupped her cheek, his gaze holding hers firmly, he murmured that something about this night seemed rare. He recalled her earlier words about wishing for silence under the stars. Yet here she was now, her eyes glistening in the dim light. When he looked at her in question, Nahu simply pressed her lips together and leaned in. Byamontaha then asked her what she had been thinking about before she arrived, his tone carrying both intrigue and a subtle challenge. Nahisu claimed it was nothing, though deep down she knew she should not have come in without preparing herself. Nahisu felt that the rush in her chest was almost overwhelming, and Byamha leaned closer, saying he would just hold her for a while before they began. His breath lingered near her ear in slow yet deliberate patterns, sending a strange energy coursing through her entire body. She realized her pulse was racing, her cheeks warm and flushed. Each moment seemed to carry an unshakable weight. Her posture shifted under the quiet pressure of the moment, tense yet drawn in, and her heart pounded faster with each passing second. Yet no matter how much she tried to calm herself, it still felt like too much. Nahisu murmured for him to speak plainly, to stop circling around and just tell her quickly. Hearing this, Bea felt a spark of amusement and triumph. He pulled her closer, remarking that she seemed restless, as though she had been waiting for something far longer than she admitted. Nahu tried to explain that it was not impatience, but that he always managed to draw her deeper into moments she did not expect. She tensed slightly under his steady focus, wondering why his presence felt so unusually consuming this time. She realized that each time they met, she became too absorbed to truly take in the small details of his expression. When she finally looked closely, she thought he seemed far too knowing for his age. She wondered silently how someone like him could carry such boldness, labeling him in her mind as reckless. As she turned her gaze aside, she thought she might have to find a way to outmatch him. She gripped his wrist suddenly, making Bea pause mid-motion, and he stepped closer with an expression that seemed to wonder if she was testing his resolve. Beha considered whether her action was meant to challenge him or signal something else entirely. Nasu told him to stop stalling and get it done now. They removed their outer layers, each fold of fabric sliding away swiftly, and soon Nasu was standing before Baum Tha, asking why he had drawn her so close without warning. Baum Tha simply replied that it felt right to do it this way. Nahisu realized she had never experienced such closeness before, not even in her moments with Kang Em Shu. She felt slightly uneasy standing that near and asked him to give her a moment. Before anything began, she mentioned that she wanted to say something. She admitted to using his name in a false claim, saying they were close when they were not, and to imagining him in her own private thoughts. She said she hoped it had not caused him trouble. But Beyonce only closed the space between them further, refusing the hesitation she had tried to place, making Nasu draw in a sharp breath as her hands held onto him tightly. She steadied her breath against the growing tension, while Bayam Teha remarked that her confession was not the kind he wanted to hear in a moment like this. If they were not close, then what exactly did they mean to each other? The unspoken weight lingered between them. Bam Taha questioned if he was simply a temporary presence, someone she intended to keep until something else took her interest. He recalled Nahisu's earlier words where she had admitted that Bam Teha was far younger yet carried a charm she had not anticipated. Such comments had built expectations he could not easily push aside. And yet she always held herself apart as if guarding the unseen corner of her heart. That hidden distance gnawed at him. Even though she stood so near, in the ways that mattered she felt unreachable. He told her to ease her mind, and she replied that she was already calm, though Bionia sensed otherwise. Still, he found solace in knowing their connection fit so seamlessly. Even if the emotions between them wound themselves into a knot, the way she moved with him was almost overwhelming. Every moment felt rich and consuming, and he thought she fit with him in a way that was almost unreal. And Nahu murmured that they should share such moments again. Behar allowed himself to push another silent boundary, asking if they should meet like this every day. Then, with a trace of humor, he wondered aloud if that would make her grow tired of him faster.